What's up, YouTube? I'm Super Dan the Shoe Man. I'm back with another carnivore video for you today. I'm now just over 2 weeks in. I'll tell you in just a few minutes how much weight I've lost now after 2 weeks. After the first week, you can go back and watch that video. After the first several days, you can go back and watch that video. That video has all the background. I'm not going to go through the background on why I'm doing all this and why I've chosen to do it the way that I'm doing it. But so far, it has been all beef, nothing but beef. Beef means it's from a cow, salt, and water. Before we go any further and we talk about what I've eaten, how I've felt, and also how much weight I've lost, we need a word from our sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by
Jesus.
Thank you, Atticus. This is Mark 2, verse 22. I've read this before and it's never made any sense. Finally, I had a devotion that explained it to me, and it makes sense. So, Atticus, I want you to listen to this verse and tell me if it makes sense after I'm done with it. Mark 2:22, and no one puts new wine into old wineskins, or else the new wine bursts the wineskins. The wine is spilled, and the wineskins are ruined. But new wine must be put into new wineskins. Putting new wine into old wineskins. You know what a wineskin is? I do know what a wineskin is, or I knew what it was before. I'm fairly sure that it's like a stomach of probably a goat, and they use that to store their wine in. Like, they clean it all out, they dry it all out. It's not probably, I don't know if it gave any flavor to it or not, but it's not like it was disgusting. They just, like, you've seen video, like movies, like where they carry around a little, it's not a canteen, it's soft to drink out of. That's a wineskin kind. Now, the whole thing, you don't put new wineskins into old wine, into old wineskins, they're gonna burst. I didn't know that would happen, but apparently it does. After a wineskin is used for a little while, then it gets like frail, it's brittle, it cracks, and it just doesn't work. But why this is in Mark 2:22, it's not trying to tell people how to use your wineskins. What it's trying to tell us is the old covenant, which is all about law and us following the law. Atticus, focus. He's looking all around at the shoes. He's like, man, those are some cool shoes, right? The old covenant, which was the law of Moses and the Jews in Israel, is all about following the commandments and all the hundreds of laws that they made after based on those 10 commandments. The new covenant is solely about Jesus' love for us and that he saves us from our sins. And if you try to mix those two things, it just doesn't work. An old covenant and a new covenant, because of the old covenant, Jesus says, is over with, and I'm here to save you. So if you try to mix those things, if you try to hold yourself accountable in a way that is focused on you doing good and following laws, following commandments, following all those things, and you doing right, then you've missed the whole point of what Jesus came for. And it's really disrespecting what Jesus did. If you can do it on your own, then why the heck did he go through what he went through while he was here on earth and then die? And then be dead for several days before he came back. He had no reason to do that if we can do it on our own. So they don't mix. New wine, the new covenant, can't mix with an old wineskin. It just doesn't work. New wine, new wineskin. We're in a new covenant. Jesus, thank you for dying for my sins. All right. So I am now 14, 15, 16 days. No, what's today? 17 days into my all beef diet. I'm going to come clean here, and I have cheated just a little bit from my all beef. So up until 2 weeks, 14 days, which was Monday to Sunday, 2 weeks later, it was all beef, nothing but beef. I've got a video here that I'm going to show you just in a little bit of me browning some cubed chuck roast and grilling some steaks. It was Peyton's birthday last weekend, so she wanted steaks, and I grilled us all steaks. I had a steak too, and the steak was good. It was a good change because I haven't had an actual ribeye steak since I've been doing this for 2 weeks. So it was a good change of pace. It was pretty good, but not great, and I'm going to tell you why it wasn't great. But I browned off the chuck roast, threw it in the Instapot. That's still pretty good too, and it was also dry aged. I couldn't really taste the dry age, which I thought I might not be able to, but I thought I might be able to, so I wanted to try an Instapotted like roast that was dry aged and see if I could tell any difference, which I couldn't. So now I am what did I say, 16, 17 days in, but I haven't weighed myself since it was 14 days. After 1 week, I lost 18 pounds. After 2 weeks, I've now lost 22 pounds. If you go back to the very first video of the carnivore, I am targeting 34 pounds. And the reason why I did that is I wanted to give myself a goal, but there was a good goal. 34 pounds is a lot of weight, but also something to help me stay focused to keep going. Because just the other day, I was hungry and I just didn't want, I wasn't even really hungry. I wanted some food and I did not want beef. Like, I felt like if I put more beef in my mouth, I might throw up. Like, it was so unappetizing. Hesper thankfully encouraged me, got me through that. I ate a little bit of beef. I wasn't hungry anymore. Problem solved. So, things have gone great as far as the all beef goes. Now, I haven't changed my diet significantly. I am still doing carnivore, also for the most part, and I'll tell you that too. I've eaten maybe 6 eggs, just fried in a little bit of butter. That's pure carnivore also. And today, I actually did a leg of lamb. I'm going to show you the leg of lamb. It was pretty good, but again, I think it's. I can tell it's lamb. I can tell it's not beef. I'm thankful that it wasn't beef, but it's close enough to beef that I just don't really want it. And I talked about this in the last video. I'm going to talk a little bit more about it now. I think that another reason that a carnivore diet is so good, even for men like me who just love eating meat, Atticus and I went to a Korean steakhouse, Korean barbecue place, and we ate a whole bunch of meat on that little skillet in front of us, right? Mm. Atticus has never been with me to Fogo de Chao, but Haley and I have went, me and Peyton and Hesper went, and I go with the guys maybe once a year. We do a big dinner there, and man, I eat until I'm about to throw up. Like, I eat a lot, and that's really and I consider myself somewhat of a steak snob. I'm not going to get steak at any restaurant unless it's a Brazilian steakhouse. If it's not cooked right, if it's too tough, it doesn't taste good, I push it to the side and ask for some more. I don't want to order a steak at a restaurant, which steaks aren't cheap at restaurants, and then get it and it's just not good. I can make them very good myself, so I'm just going to stick to that. So I really like meat, but when I'm on a restrictive diet like this that's all beef, I just don't want to eat any more beef. So when I'm hungry, I want to eat, so I eat some beef. I don't need to eat that much until I'm not hungry, and then I don't want to eat anymore. Atticus, what did you eat today? Nah, not today. Yeah, what did you eat today for dinner?
Salad.
It was like a hoagie salad, like a grinder salad, and it was lettuce. There were probably some onions, some pepperoncinis, some salami, some ham, some turkey, and then a really vinegary sauce, wasn't it?
Yeah, I have ranch with mine.
Oh, you just had the normal ranch. Okay. Well, Hesper made the vinegary ranch. I really like that. It's really good to eat. Which isn't the best example, but there's so much different stuff in there. You can get different flavors in each bite. Also consider, when I go to Fogo de Chao, I do get a small plate from the salad bar, and I might go back and get a couple of bites here and there, but I'm not piling up a plate from there. I'm there for the beef and the lamb. Actually, I eat more lamb half the time than beef. But if you just think of your normal plate, you got steak and potatoes and some kind of a side. You eat that, and it's like, man, you eat the potatoes too. You might even finish your whole plate. You might even be really full. But Atticus, what happens when they bring the cheesecake or the ice cream or the key lime pie?
I'll devour it.
Yeah, you're going to eat it. Most of us are the same way. We're like, I am stuffed, but I'm eating that. So I am as guilty of this, if not more guilty than anyone else, of overeating. I do it normally on almost every single meal that I eat. I eat way more than I need to, probably twice as much as I need to. I just don't do that now because I don't want to. It's not appetizing. I don't want to chew on more beef. So I think that is another reason why the all beef diet specifically is beneficial. So now, again, it's Wednesday. I'm giving you a 2.5 week update as opposed to just the 2 week. Did I say that I lost 22 pounds? I think I did. Yeah, I did. 22 pounds. So I'm a few more days in. I've had some eggs. I have the leg of lamb that you're going to see in a little while that I sous vide for 5 hours. It's really tender. Then I seared it off on the big green egg. Had the big green egg way too hot. almost burned myself because I was holding the camera. But there's one other time that I cheated. So yesterday was my anniversary, my work anniversary, and so we were in a stand-up meeting at the beginning of the day like we normally are, and my boss said, congratulations, Daniel, it's your anniversary. Normally we celebrate with cupcakes or whatever, something like that. We can't do that because Daniel's on an all-beef diet. So, and he knows it's beef, salt, and water. He asked me that to confirm it in the morning. So he said, here's some beef jerky, jalapeno beef jerky, peppered beef jerky, and teriyaki beef jerky. And I turned the peppered one over, and of course, it's Jack Link's. The second ingredient is sugar. I didn't want to be too disrespectful, so I ate one small piece, and so I did get some sugar, and not anywhere, it was a very small piece, but it was cheating. Like, I put it in my mouth, and I was like, yep, there's a lot of sugar in there, so I'm not going to be doing that anymore, though. Sticking to strictly carnivore. I'm going to be mostly beef. The leg of lamb is very big. It's going to last me for several days. I might have eggs, 2 or 3 eggs every 2 or 3 days, because I do need some variety. It's getting pretty mundane. Willpower can only take me so far, and I don't want to drive myself crazy. Again, I'm going to go for 34 pounds. It was significant, but it gives me a good goal to go toward. If I don't have a goal, then I'm more likely to stop. Remember, I said I almost stopped already, and Hesper encouraged me and helped me to keep going. Although then the other day, she almost encouraged me just to go eat. So I don't know what she's thinking, or what she's trying to do. But I do thank her for encouraging me. So what else, Atticus? What else is going on? Knee pain and hand pain. Now I'm 17. What did I say? 17 days in, completely gone. I got no knee pain and no hand pain. I do still have my tennis elbow. Again, I think it's from video games. I've tried. I didn't play it all yesterday. I've only played 20 minutes or so today. So I need to lay off and see if that does better. What else is going on with carnivore? It's tough. Like, all beef is tough.
You like lamb?
I do like lamb, but it's so similar to beef that I can tell that it's lamb. I want my lamb to taste like lamb, but it's just so similar that it's not enough of a variety. Eggs, on the other hand, are completely different. I had 2 scrambled, and they were okay. And then I had 1 fried. The fried one was much better when it was like over medium, so the yolk was still pretty runny, and the yolk was a really good change of pace. So, I mean, all of it was, but the yolk was pretty good. But again, I still think, even with the eggs, I'm just kind of like, I don't want this. This isn't what I want. And I don't know what I want now, though. Maybe a cookie, maybe some pizza. That's really what I've been thinking about.
I know exactly what you want.
What?
Bacon roses.
I can have bacon, though. If I'm doing carnivore, as long as I find some good quality bacon that doesn't have a bunch of sugar in it, a bunch of preservatives, I can have bacon. I mean, bacon would be nice, but I think it would just kind of be like, oh, no more meat.
Huge chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, that's what I said. Cookies. I'll take it. I'll take a cookie, but I'm not going to eat it now. What else? What else is going on with carnivore? It's hard, but the results are showing me I'm down 22 pounds in 2 weeks. I am almost to my goal already. I'm more than halfway to the goal already. I need 12 more pounds, and I'm not really exercising at all. Oh, energy level. Focus is there. Throughout the day, I'm focused, and it's definitely an improvement. Maybe not significantly, but it is an improvement. Energy. All right, so the last time I did all beef, and the first time I did all beef was probably 7 years ago, and then maybe 4 years ago was the last time I did all beef, and then I did a carnivore in between those two. Trent was not even conceived, so Atticus and Peyton and Haley were big kids, and they were going to sleep by 9 o'clock normally at those times. They'd all be asleep. They're in bed at least through the week. So I was able to go to bed at 9 o'clock and then sleep until 6 or so when we had to wake up to get ready for school. So now we have a toddler. He's not letting me go to sleep till midnight or even later sometimes. And I either have to wake up at 6:30 or so to help get the kids to school, or if it's a day that I don't go into the office, sometimes I don't wake up until 9, which is nice. But having to stay up until midnight or more, my energy is not the same. I'm also several years older than I was the last time I did it, but my energy level isn't as high as it was. When I'm awake, my energy level is great, but I do get tired, evenings or even early afternoon or mid-afternoon sometimes. But I do think it's because probably a mix of the two things. I'm older than I was, and I'm not getting to bed as early, so I'm wanting to go to sleep. I would go to sleep, I just can't because Trent's still awake. But energy level throughout the middle of the day is good. Kickball with Atticus, good. Today, I washed Legend, which is a huge undertaking to try to wash him. And then I took both of the cars, my car and Hesper's car, to the car wash, and Atticus helped me clean his mom's car, so we did a lot of detailing, vacuuming, and all that stuff afterwards. Again, that's not like, a high intensity workout, but it's something you do need energy for. So I was good with all that stuff. What else? I know I'm forgetting something. I don't know. But you're going to enjoy maybe the food videos I've got to end this video out for you. So tell your grandma about the all beef, switching to carnivore-ish, mostly beef. Tell your grandma about losing 22 pounds. I'm on my way to 34 pounds. Smash the like button, comment down below. You can tell me I'm fat, you can tell me I'm stupid. I'm not a doctor. I'll see y'all next time. All right, I'm ready to try something different today. This is from Sam's, and it's a decent price, $6.49 a pound for boneless, fresh, never frozen leg of lamb, and it's all natural. Pasture-fed, pasture-raised, star. I don't know what those stars mean. Maybe I'll find them. No antibiotics and no hormones, so hopefully this is some pretty good meat. I'm going to sous vide it for probably 3 or 4 hours and then finish it on the grill to get it a little smoky too. And this will probably last me like a week to eat. So I'm going to take it to 135 in here. It's not all the way under. I'll move it a little bit as we go. It's 11 o'clock, just got in there. And one more thing I'm going to add to my diet today, lamb and eggs. Beef is just not doing it for me anymore, flavor-wise. Right, we're here with the egg. Here's the sous vide, butterflied, boneless leg of lamb. The fat cap is on the other side and it's scored. This cooked for 5 hours. 132 degrees, I think, which should be medium rare. We got this pretty hot. That the thermometer on here isn't right, but she hot. The panels on the outside, I don't know what they're called, the little shelves on the outside that I used to have, they rusted out and they're gone now. I got new rings and springs and everything, but I didn't get those, so I'm gonna throw this on. Can't do it with just one hand. And I'll be right back. All right, here goes. Close this up, reduce the flare-ups just a little bit, and just be a couple minutes aside to brown that off, get it nice and crispy on the outside, that fat. And I've also got some ground beef I'm gonna make into like probably thick burger patties and grill them out here too, since I've got the egg going, and eat those left over at some point. Yay. Okay. That's too much flame. Too much fat coming off of this, so I gotta shut this a little bit. Put my daisy wheel back on. Yay. That's hot. Alright, let's see if I can do this. I'm gonna have to switch hands. You gotta do this carefully when you got it this hot, and it's just too hot. I got it too hot, guys. Alright, I'm gonna flip it. Not with the phone in my hand. I'll be right back.
Go.
Here's my leg of lamb after 5 hours in the sous vide, and then way too hot a temperature, which didn't burn it too bad. Trent's back there squealing.
Hey, Trent.
Which didn't burn it too bad, but it was really high temperature. You saw all the flames. I managed to get it off. Here's a little piece of the ground beef that the rest of it's not done, but this piece is done. So I'm gonna try to get a piece off of here, some with this top skin, because that's delicious. Let's see what this looks like. What do you think?
It's
Hey,
yummy.
what do you think?
That's okay. That's
Look.
Are you saying it's a big exploded in your mouth. One. The first one.
The fast little chewy. So we're gonna have to stop the camera for a second. I can't chew all that. The meat, incredibly tender, really flavorful. I'm glad it's not beef. Okay, so I got everything salted. This could use some more salt. This is a really big piece of meat. I did have a little bit of salt in the bag when I did eat it. But this is really good. I'm really glad it's not beef. It tastes different enough. I mean, it's not really gamey or anything like that, but it tastes different enough that I'm happy to eat it. The burgerish things, they're pretty good too because they got a nice char, but I left them thick enough to where they're still a little pink in the middle. So I get a good variety of textures and it's still really juicy. This this is probably gonna feed me for the rest of the week. It's Wednesday. It's gonna feed me through the weekend. So I can't stop now. I have to go through the end of the weekend because I got all those meat to eat. You're not gonna eat it.
You said I get it.
I'm just kidding. You can have some too. Hesper liked it. You liked it, right?
Yeah, it was extra salt.
Extra tender. It was off of a muscle here that is pretty tender. There is a lot of I left a lot of the fat on. I wanted a lot of the fat, but it's still pretty chewy. So I probably needed to crisp it even more. I could have used more time out there, but I didn't want to overcook it either. It's like on the bottom side of medium, and I don't want it any more cooked than that. So I'll just deal with it like that. Try to swallow what I can and spit out what I can. So you don't want to look at all that. But now I'm 14, 15, 16, 17 days into all beef, and I've branched out now to lamb, and I've had like 6 eggs. So still completely carnivore and mostly beef. I'm gonna stick with this for a while. Bola likes it that I'm on an all beef or all meat diet because if I get some gristle in there and I can't eat it, she gets it. Legend likes that I'm on an all beef diet. Same reason. But when I come in here and put my plate down, because I've just eaten some lamb this time, I gotta look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Hesper. I'm just kidding. I love you.
You're so pretty.
Say bye.
Choose.
Shoes. And I like shoes.
Fire! It's so cute.